Welcome back, everybody. Ryder's drinking out of the... Is that good? I'm going to put my camera on the camper. It's not necessarily a backup camera. I'm going to use it more as the rear view mirror. I do need to get a magnet for this. So I was just gonna drill it into the bumper. But I got to thinking, you know, if I wanted to tow something or put something on the hitch, you know, it'd be nice to kind of be able to move this around. So I'm just gonna get a magnet. But for now, I'm going to just stick it right here. Use a zip tie, just temporarily. I'll probably order a magnet like today or like right now maybe. But the main part is I have to figure out how to wire the monitor and where to place the monitor inside of this. I just got to figure out some sort of switched power so that way it's not constantly on. It's just whenever I turn the key on, it turns on. So while I'm waiting for my exhaust manifolds and everything to be done, I will do this. So first things first, I will just zip tie this on. I'm gonna go a little off center. That way I don't have to deal with this. Alright. Let's go find out where we're gonna put the monitor. So I'm going to want it somewhere in sight of the driver's seat. I was just originally going to put it on the engine cover, but then every time I need to access the engine, I have to mess with the camera. I don't want to do that. So a good spot might be in like the corner or just up right around here. This is where the rear view mirror was, which is absolutely worthless because there's no back window unless you have that door open, but even then it's like it's worthless. Could mount it to the top here, so I can put it in this corner. Too bad. That'd actually be pretty good, to tell you the truth. Could move this compass and put it right in the middle. I think that's what I'll do. Man, I don't know why, but I do kind of like it in that corner. You know? I think I'm gonna go with the corner. It sits in there really nice. I kind of like having the dash open. That's what I'm gonna do. So the next thing I gotta consider is where I want to put my power and grounds to. There is some random wiring through the firewall I could try out. All I need to do is go black to black, red to red, and then see if it's constant or switched, which it looks like nothing's showing up here. So now I just need the key. Okay. See if everything turns on. Nothing. So that means that must not be connected to anything. So the easiest thing to do would be just to ground it and then just pick whichever one. The radio might be a good one. Yeah, let's do the radio. The hardest part is going to be grounding it temporarily. There's a piece of metal here. Just shove it up there maybe. Oh, my ground fell out. Yep. Okay, that's gonna work. I just need to get some wire so I can extend these. Pick a place to ground it. I will just wire this into the radio and away we go. Next step will be to plug the camera in and see if the camera works still. Got some wire. All I gotta do is place this one down a little bit further, attach some connectors. White is going to be my hot. So that's going to go to red. Alright. And then on this one, I'm going to use a little, I don't know, grabby thing. I don't have a fuse in the radio panel because there's no working radio in this. So I'm just going to kind of clip it with that end. Should do the trick for now. And then got the ground to do. This is just a little circle end so that I can put it through any screw I pick. The first challenge I'm gonna face is my ground. Figure out where I want to put it. Here's one. There's a little ground here. I just need a Phillips screwdriver. This will just clip into here. That's not big enough. I can make it big enough. There we be. Next step would be to just hook up the camera. I'll start from the back and work my way forward with the cord. Roll the dust shield over. Now I suppose the best way to run this would be just along the frame and either up through the driver's door or underneath the engine bay and through the firewall maybe. So I don't know what this cord is. It's attached to the ladder. I kept it because it looks cool, and my other option was to just cut it off. I think it might be a CB antenna. So I'm just going to follow that into the cab. I haven't secured anything, but I have pulled it through the firewall right there. So now I'm just kind of pulling it through, see if it works. And then I'll secure it down. If my ground's correct, and I got good connection. Whoop. I didn't mean to turn it over. There's a little light on there. Well, if you look, you can see the silo, it pops up. This never really ended up working. This little light in here lights up. So it's getting electricity. I think this monitor just took a crap, which it's a hand-me-down out of a tractor. The camera's not even hooked up. I plugged this in, it should flash something on there. So you can see a brief picture kind of pop up. I'm pretty sure it's the monitor. I'll probably just get a whole new system. So I got some downtime. I've decided that I'm going to repaint these mirrors. I'm getting sick of looking at them. I think they're super ugly. So I'm gonna put some rubberized coating on it and then put them back on. So I don't know how I left it off because my last clip was from yesterday, but I've got my mirrors off and drying. That one needs a second coat. I've got 2 on it, so I'm just gonna call that good. Good morning. You're probably thinking, how many times does this guy change in a day? But I'm working on this thing in increments of like 20, 30 minutes tops every day because I'm, you know, working. So I'm trying to get it all done. But I got my mirrors painted and put them back on. What do you think? Does it look brand spanking new? I missed this part there. That was the only spot I missed. Of course, it's like the most obvious part too that shows. Boy, oh boy, does that look 100 times better. Look at those. Gosh, dude, good. It has been a minute. I finally finishing it up harvest, and so now I'm gonna have some time to work on the RV. As you can see behind me, I got the manifolds, and if you watched my farm videos at all, you saw that I picked them up and got them resurfaced. So these are nice and shiny. I'm gonna jump right into this. First things first, I gotta get this one, that bolt out. I've already sprayed this down with some, what the heck? Anti-seize crap. These things are messed up. You know what? Since we want a decent pair of vice grips, so I went to the city and drove an hour all the way there. Went to O'Reilly's Auto Parts store. I went to Advanced Auto Parts store, and then Arnold's. Arnold's ended up having these, but they only had 3 and I need 4. So I drove all the way to the city an hour for 3 of these. Now I have to get 1 more. I paid $130 to have these resurfaced, and I'm still not sure if that was the best option. I feel like I could have just got, you know, newer set for around that, maybe not. So I was trying to figure out how to get those bolts extracted, and I was doing just tons of research on all the manifold stuff and whether I should get headers, blah blah blah, all that crap. And then kind of came to the consensus of that these manifolds, just to stick with them, since I'm not really doing anything crazy with the engine. But when I was doing my research, I found out that Ford didn't use gaskets. They had a heat shield that sat between this and then the block. Well, I had already purchased gaskets, so I'm not sure how long those gaskets are gonna last, or if it's maybe a better option. Maybe it'll help this thing not get exhaust leaks, you know, within 70,000 miles. You know, since I gotta run to the auto parts store, I'm just gonna give these a spray of paint. Might as well. I paid, it was like $7 for a can, or maybe even more. Maybe it might have been double that. I remember it was expensive, and when I saw the price, I was like, jeez. So here's the paint I got. It's just like a silver. This is all they had. It does look pretty good, honestly. I have to take this anhydrous tank out to a long ways away. My dad's running the anhydrous applicator, so I have downtime in between. So I'm gonna make this a hybrid farming camper video. I'm in 4-wheel drive, but I think I'm spinning. Oh yeah, I'm spinning. It is surface slick. While I'm hooking this up, I will let Sloan from another dimension in time explain to you kind of what's going on. Split screen. Right now I'm inside our anhydrous applicator. What it does is it pulls the anhydrous ammonia out of that tank. Well, basically it's pressurized, it's not actually pulling it out. All those hoses are full of anhydrous. It goes in as a gas. Those hoses are white because they're literally frozen. It's super cold. There's literally a knife that cuts into the ground, and then behind that knife is a tube, one of the hoses actually, that sits underneath there and releases the gas, which is run by this little control. It's just an on-off switch, super simple. And there's a rate that you put on. You know, there's electronics on that bar that releases only so much, and then the 2 discs behind it kind of, you know, fill it in. It's like digging a hole and then just covering it up. Simple. But this is by far one of the most dangerous jobs on the farm that you can do. What it does is, since it's so cold, think of it as dry ice, kind of like that. This, since it's a gas, it attacks anything with moisture, which is why it goes into the ground and seals up and then stays there until next year when we plant. The weather warms up and it turns to liquid, and it literally turns into liquid nitrogen. But as I was saying, it's attracted to moisture. That's what makes this so dangerous, is since it's attracted to moisture, it attacks your eyes and your nostrils and your mouth. Now if it's going right to your mouth, it's going to attach to your lungs and suffocate you to death. And you can go blind. The stuff, when you get a whiff of it, it's horrible, horrible stuff. When one of the knives starts smoking a lot, it means it breaks. Like if it hits a rock, it has a shear pin and it breaks, and then it'll just shoot gas into the air. So you gotta keep an eye out for that. All right, now that we're back here to present time, I basically just gotta haul tanks. So right now he's making a pass over here, and then I have to swap tanks with him. This one's full, then his will be empty, and then I gotta haul the empty back, pick up another full, and then take it back to the home farm and kind of just wait to see. Actually, I'll probably have to bring it back here. Now I just gotta get that tank and take it back. After hauling some tanks, having some lunch, I'm ready to put these babies in. I took this out of my truck. This is the collector, the heat collector for cold starts. I'm gonna put anything back on. This would be it, but I don't think that giant chunk is supposed to be missing, and I just don't know if it's worth it. Worst case, weight savings, go faster, right? Know what I'm saying? Let's do this. Let's get it running. It's dry. Yeah. I gotta put these in. Got some anti-seize lubricant. That way whoever has to deal with this, or me, again, it's a little bit easier for them. Do these two without the camera, save some battery, and I'll meet you in the camper. I have to switch cameras from this one to my handheld, so if the audio is drastically worse and the autofocus is drastically worse, that's why. But this one's way better in low light, and there is no light in here, so you can see this one's pretty good. All I have to work with is this little guy here. Hopefully the quality isn't absolutely dog crap. All grainy and whatnot. It is dark. This is gonna be kind of difficult, I think. This one goes on this side. This one still has a stud stuck in it. And I believe it has one in the front as well. It's been a minute, so I can't remember actually where they all are. I might take some Scotch-Brite and scrape these up. I believe I used some steel wool on it already, but I can't remember, so I'm just going to do it again. And then there is a tightening order, so once I get it on, I'm going to start from the front and tighten back, I believe is what it is. I'm actually not 100% sure on that, but I have a 50-50 shot, and that makes sense to me because all the weight's in the back of this. Like I said, I have gaskets, so as long as I crush those down, I think that it would seal. And that's the name of the game here, just trying to seal it in. So this here is the flange that is going to connect to the end of these. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put my gasket on right away and kind of hand get that started. I'm a little concerned because up front here, there's a bolt busted off. That's this one right here. So the only one that's gonna be holding that on is this one. That was actually probably where my original exhaust leak was coming from. But hopefully with a nice thick gasket in there, it'll seal up properly and I don't have to worry about it. But only time will tell. So I believe I can get this to dangle. Come on, you stupid thing. I don't think they use gaskets on this either. And I didn't really get I got 2 sets and I could not get the right one. So I just ended up giving up and I called this one just good. Even though it's a little bit, I kind of smushed it in there. But there was no gaskets before. It's just a kind of a tongue and groove type of thing going on. So I figured even a wrong fitting one would be better than a right fitting one. That doesn't make any sense. The circumference is right, it just doesn't line up with the bolt holes. I think once I get it crunched in there, it'll be okay though. I hope. I'm doing a lot of guessing. I'm just gonna put the main gasket in now and a couple of bolts. Looks to me like it goes this way. I knew this would be kind of difficult. I think it would be this difficult. It'll look like the Tin Man by the time I'm done. Oh! Got one. Alright, I'm ready to tell you guys about my secret weapon. I already gave a little bit of a hint in my last camper video, but this is called an exhaust clamp. No, an exhaust manifold clamp. The 460 switched over to EFI, electronic fuel injection, I think in the 90s. And since this is a carbureted version, they quit making these they didn't make them for the carbureted engines. That's just what it said online anyways. I took a gamble and got one anyways. You know, the block part or the manifolds, none of it changed when they switched over electronic fuel injection. What it's gonna do is I'll have to take out this bolt here, and I think it just utilizes this one and this spot, which doesn't have anything in it. And then has a little arm that sticks out, so you can see there, and then it lines up with that hole. What this is supposed to do is you're supposed to be able to throw one on each end of the manifold and then shove another bolt through it, and it actually clamps onto like here. It doesn't actually go in the hole, it hits the side here and just pushes it against the block. This one flip-flops to kitty corner, the other side, the front driver's side as well, because it turns around and works for the other end as well. So if I need one over there, I can order another one of these. I figured since I have a broken bolt here, I'd start and use it on this end at least. If it leaks over there, because there's a broken bolts on that side as well, I could throw one over there. There's a broken bolt on the back side here, but they don't make these for the other two sides. And I don't understand that. Why would they not make these for the whole thing? So that was frustrating. I looked forever and ever and ever. Anyways, I'm gonna use it here. How tight should an exhaust manifold bolt be? Use 20 to 30 foot-pounds of torque. How many is that? I'd tighten them as tight as you can. It's not too important as long as they don't come off from a tight seal. Huh. I took the liberty of getting the front bolt in, so now I'm just gonna tighten them down. I already tightened the front one with a wrench. So now I'm just gonna work my way backwards. Get these a couple oogas. That is the torque spec. I'm curious when this is all said and done if it's gonna be quiet. It used to be kind of a loud exhaust. There we go. Now you can see what's going on. See, those gaskets are very nice. Ugh, there's one ooga. All right, this one's missing. Now it's this guy. Once I get them all tightened down, I'll kind of hit them one more time, just a little. I mean, I definitely don't want to break one off. They're grade 8 bolts. Every time I do a video, I'll do it spooky style. Every time I do a video, someone shows up late to the game and think this is like a how-to series, and it's not a how-to series. So I'm constantly saying, boy, I don't know what I'm doing. And then someone's always like, this guy don't know crap. And I'm like, yeah, I know, I say that all the time. That's the beauty of this thing, is it's an old crappy motorhome. It don't have to be perfect. It's all kind of just a learning experience for all of us. I'm curious if this thing's even gonna work. I don't know, I guess we can find out. Take this bolt out. I thought maybe I was hitting the head of that. It's lining up perfectly, like it's gonna catch the corner. I think that's exactly where they meant it to. But I'm out of freaking threads. I did buy the knockoff version. I think Dorman makes these. These were, I think they were like 35 bucks for each one of these. And then this one was only like $12 or something. This next part is going to be the funnest, sweariest part of this side. It's going to be connecting this to the end of that down there, just like the other side, but this side is much stubbier and even harder to work with. Let's give her a go, eh? Let's get her in place. There you go, there you go, if you want to. Yeah. First step achieved. Treat her like she's a lady. So this one has the stud that's broken. You stupid camera. So I will just start on this one next to it and then go down to the front and try and get those. Oh! You can't tell over the screen, but these manifolds are freaking heavy. So maneuvering all of this with my fingers, it's tough. Oh man. I bet there's a trick that someone knows and they're like, gosh dang, if you would just do it that way, go right on for him. Oh, I can't believe how easy the flange went on. Damn it, the bolt fell now. Nope, this isn't gonna work. Okay, I need a different idea. Dangling off the edge like a freaking moron. Come on, this, God, I just want to chuck it, you freaking piece of crap. Got it, I got it. Oh my God, I'm shaking my hand. I'm not even gonna attempt to move that punch. I'm just gonna go right for the next one. I can't feel my left fingers. In a perfect world, it'd just be lined up, but maybe what I'll do, be very careful there. Get this out of there. Get the punch on this side. Try and get this one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's in. See that gasket right there? It's sticking on the outside of the manifold. How is that even possible? All right. God, nothing is going right for me. Oh, freaking camera. It's not exactly easier at all. Man. Well, I'm gonna try. Give it a go. I can see the manifold and then the gasket, so I'm just going to try and stuff it back where it's supposed to be. I'm probably not going to be able to film it, but I can film me doing it. I got my hand on it, got it bent. Oh, it popped in. It did. I can't tell if the other side's good or not, but I can go out this way. Focus on me. Focus on me. I can't tell if that's in or not. Gosh, it seems like it. These next two you're just not going to be able to see, so I'm just going to go for it. This side and then the one on the other corner are the ones that are missing on the ends. And those are the only two that they don't make one of those exhaust clamps for. Stupid. So I can only get them for that side and then this side, but I don't even need them over on either one. That side actually could use one. I just gotta get some hardware. Longer bolt. That way I can press it up against there. Okay, I am ready to, look at my hands. I match my shirt. I'm ready to tighten down the collectors, flanges, whatever you want to call those things down there. There's no heavenly possible way that I can show you this. You can hear my audio though, my swearing. There's a small gap. It's just a tiny little gap where there's no threads. And I'm worried that I might run out of threads and then they don't get tightened down properly. That would suck. Okay, I got them together. And if you look there, what a nice seal, huh? Stupid gaskets aren't even doing anything. Which, there was no gaskets on here before, so I'm not horribly worried about it. And these are only $6, so I'm just not hurting anything. But they're not doing a single thing either. Can't believe they even sell those. But that's on me for not knowing that there was no gaskets. I just thought maybe they were so old that they were gone, you know. So the next step, I'm gonna put the spark plugs back in and the boots back on, and then check to make sure there is oil in it still, and start it up. Take a look at this boot. It is burnt off. So I'm gonna put some electrical tape around it. I know it's not gonna help with heat, but I just don't want this metal contact hitting anything else and, you know, losing spark, misfiring. All right, I got all those on the spark plug boots and went through every single one of them to make sure that they're on there good. And then once I get this home, I'm gonna change the oil and do some fuel stuff. The Italian tune-up, as you guys called it. For being 100 years old, this oil doesn't look that bad. Unless it's water. It's not. Alright, let's see. Let's see if she's got oil. Yep, and it's right in the zone too. I'm just gonna give it a kind of a quick once over. Make sure I got everything together. No wrenches. Plenty of tools in the way, but other than that, I think she's ready to give a go. Well, let's see if anything catches on fire or blows up. Let's see if it even starts, huh? Oh, I'm freaking, not gonna lie, I'm nervous. Sounds like the battery might be a little low. Give it a couple pumps. I'm going to throw a battery thing on it. It's been sitting for, well, I mean, I've been doing harvest for a couple months, almost since late September, early November, so almost 2 months. It might have been sitting for 2 months. For the last time I had it running, I guess. Oh, barely. There we go. Okay, 12 volt jump start. Probably gonna need a little starting fluid. A couple more pumps. Yeah, I'm gonna grab some starting fluid. Crap. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Steal one quick off of a tractor. These are ether cans that tractors all have in them for cold starts. I'm gonna try starting one more time without it. Come on, baby. It's not gonna go. Smell some fuel. Come on. Fire, girl. Oh! So close. She's trying. I smell that smelly smell. Is that how it sounds now? It's just quiet like that? I was waiting for the vroom. There's no exhaust leak now. Now it sounds wimpy. Well, I'm gonna have to change that. See, I can't tell if that sounds bad or good. Here we go, let's check the vacuum. Okay, so the only way I can tell if it's really working right, since it sounds completely different, is this vacuum gauge. So when I give it gas, the needle should drop to 0, or I guess 2, or close to it. Oh man. I'm getting exhaust in here like crazy. Where's it coming from? Might just be burning. It's quiet, but something's burning. It could be the paint. I was thinking maybe it was coming out of the gaps right there, but I really can't tell. Let's start it up and see where it pours out of, I guess. I mean, it's quiet now. I feel like there's not an exhaust leak. I'm wondering if it isn't that fresh paint. It might be pouring out of those. Yep. That one's definitely getting, yeah, it's coming out of that collector thing. God damn, it might be coming out of this whole side. Well, while I have it running, I do want to back it up just a little bit. That way I can get through the front here. Ah, she moves. All right. Oh, what do I do next? Well, what I'm gonna do now, I guess, is let it air out. But I'm gonna go home, do a little research on if I need different gaskets or if I should use any sort of RTV sealant maybe. Yeah, I guess basically just what I need to do to get that stop pouring out exhaust. That's all I can really do for now, unfortunately. I was hoping to maybe drive it around tonight or something, but that's not gonna happen. I'll probably die. All right, it is a new day, even though I am just the same. I got to thinking about, so I think that the studs on those collectors, flanges, whatever the real term is, there's a little space where the threads go one way and then on the back side they screw into the manifold. And I think that I've reached that gap when I was tightening it down. So it didn't tighten all the way to where, you know, it needs to be, I guess. So I think if I just shim it back with some washers, I can tighten it down further and hopefully stop that leak. That's the idea anyways, so I'm gonna give it a go. You can kind of see what I got going on now. Got some washers on both sides, and it did seem to tighten down better. There's still this gasket isn't doing anything. The only thing it would be doing is preventing it from going down any further. If this leaks, I'm gonna take this gasket out next and try it again.
Well, hey there. Come here often. Let me show you something.
I got this side on. You can see my slew of washers. Bought me a lot of threads, so hopefully that tightens down. There's a little gap up there, you see. But it's snug. It's snug as she's gonna get. So the next step is just to crank it and see if it leaks. Might need to jump it. Nope. Alright, let's see what happens. Come on. Whew. There we go. Don't feel any air coming through. It looks like all the smoke's coming from here. Is that just oil burning off? I don't know where it's coming from. It's sure is smoking a lot. So the reason I backed it outside is so that I don't die of carbon monoxide poisoning. It seems kind of like it might be safe to drive. It's not spewing out smoke anymore. I'm wondering if it wasn't, you know, there's some oil that leaked while it sat for so long. Because it does leak oil like crazy. Like it's its job. Also, that paint, fresh paint I put on the manifolds might be what was smoking a little bit. I'm not gonna go as far as to say it's 100% safe, but it kind of seems 100% safe, to be honest. So, she earned her right of passage. I got it registered again. Earned a sticker. Alright. This is the dumbest, most awkward thing to put on. I'm gonna give this thing a quick little bath. We don't have any soap because we already took it in for the winter, but I'm just gonna rinse it off with hot water, and I'm gonna get on the roof, spray the roof off. That way I can seal it up at some point. And then I'm gonna take it home so that way I can work on it and keep making more videos. So you guys are gonna have a lot more camper videos coming your way. When I get home, I'm gonna have to clean out the inside because whilst I had the engine cover off on the inside, some little barn swallows decided to go underneath, get inside, and crap all over everything. They also pecked off my little Ford emblem on the steering wheel, so I gotta see if I can find that. I had to roll the windows down and just shoo them out to get them out of there. Stupid birds. She is ready to rock and to roll now. Do a little quick product review if you like though. I used two things to kind of blacken the trims. And this was Rust-Oleum undercoat, the professional grade even. I will admit I did like no prep at all as far as scuffing or adhesion promoters, but plastic, the power washer blew it off. Plastic, and then this is Flex Seal. That's also plastic, but it's fine. Looks great. Got the dogs ready to go, loaded up. We're gonna drive her home. I don't have a ride, so she's gotta make it. You can pause the video right now and comment if you think I'm gonna make it or not. Come on. I hope that little Ford emblem turns up. Looks like crap without it. Stupid birds. Here we go. The other thing I'm a little worried about is I haven't 100% diagnosed that exhaust leak. I think it stopped. Weird how quiet it is. I can't tell if it's running good or not. Well, I made it to the home stretch. She's maintaining speed. She sounds good. I think she's good to go for a while. Guess who I ran into going down the highway? Kevin. He's in his little hatchback car. All right, I made it. I just want to pop the hood and see if cloud of smoke doesn't fly out of here. Now we're golden. Yeah. All right. I just got to rearrange some stuff in my driveway. Pull her in.